Republicans can't stand Jasmine Crockett. Here's an example as to why.
Else, because I don't know where he's ever going to go, and I don't think that those that have gone through West Point expected to have their commander-in-chief address them and start talking about trophy wives or start talking about how he had so many investigations. What a great reminder that you are not qualified to be the person that potentially will command us as troops to go into war. Like, that is not instilling confidence whatsoever. And honestly, our troops deserve better. Our graduates deserve better. We as a country deserve better. And frankly, if we are going to ever be seen as the world leaders that we historically have been, the world deserves better. It is time for Republicans to start calling him out and start questioning his mental acuity and whether or not he is equipped to serve mentally. We know when it comes down to his criminality, he is not qualified to serve. But this is just absolutely deplorable.
So I saw that video clip and I was like, well, what happened and what was said during this speech at West Point during their graduation speech? So I went right on over to Mildred, and me and Mildred having this conversation, and I'm like, he said what? Listen, many of us who have been paying attention to Donald Trump since 2016 have been questioning his mental acuity. Since 2016, we've been talking about how Donald Trump is not able to string two sentences together. We've been talking about all of the repeated lies that he has been telling, all the made-up information that he spews. It's just ridiculous. We've been talking about this for years, and yes, it has gotten worse. Listen, this is some of the problematic things that Mildred is saying Donald Trump said during his graduation speech at the West Point ceremony. Inappropriate anecdote about trophy wives. Trump recounted a story about real estate developer William Levitt cautioning graduates against marrying trophy wives. He commented that such relationships often do not end well, stating a lot of trophy wives, it doesn't work out. Given Trump's own marital history, his anecdote was seen as tone deaf and inappropriate for a military graduation ceremony. Because who and what is he married to now? What was Marla Maples? What was Ivana? They were all trophy women. Hey, maybe he's warning the West Point graduates. Listen, pay attention to all that I've been through, because I'm speaking from experience. Maybe that's what he was saying inadvertently. I mean, how many of us didn't know that Donald Trump was getting worse? I mean, for God's sakes, he performed fellatio on a microphone. He talked about another man's shaboinker out there on the campaign trail. Yeah, he's getting worse. Remember at the campaign rally when he stopped talking, he didn't want to talk anymore, so they just played music at the rally? It was Kristi Noem that was hosting that rally, right? And she had to break it down. Well, sir, you wanted to do this and you wanted to do that. Talking to him like he is an old man at the nursing home. Mildred also says he displayed a misunderstanding of stealth technology. He reiterated a long-standing and factually incorrect belief that stealth fighter jets are literally invisible to the naked eye. This conflation of radar evasion with literal invisibility has been a recurring theme in his speeches, and has drawn criticism for demonstrating a lack of understanding of military technology. The man thinks that these stealth jets are invisible. Like, the stealth jet is right in front of us, but we really can't see it. Listen, I'm not even well versed on this type of technology, but even I know that you can still see the jet. You just can't see the jet on the little screen, the radar screen. That's what's invisible. Mildred also said he went on to repeat more debunked claims. Trump repeated the unfounded assertion that Russia stole U.S. hypersonic missile technology during the Obama administration. He claimed, quote, we had ours stolen. We are the designers of it. We had it stolen during the Obama administration, end quote. Mildred says that this claim has been previously debunked, and its repetition raises questions about his adherence to factual accuracy. We know he's not factually accurate. During his first administration, they clocked him for telling over 30,000 lies. The man repeatedly lies. Every time the man's mouth is open, he lies. He's a pathological liar. That, I believe, is a symptom of mental illness. Now, I ain't no expert. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Mildred says he continuously gives political rhetoric in a non-political setting. The speech included politically charged statements such as criticizing diversity and inclusion initiatives, denouncing drag shows on military bases, and asserting that the U.S. military's job is not to transform foreign cultures. He also made claims about his election victories and legal investigations, which are atypical topics for a commencement address and were viewed as inappropriate for the occasion. Listen, the man is unable to separate politics from anything else. So when he's giving a speech, it's going to be politics involved with the speech. He's unable to separate it. His whole character, his whole personality, everything currently about him is wrapped up in politics. He cannot separate Donald Trump, the man, from Donald Trump, the campaigner, the Donald Trump that's out on the campaign trail. Everything he does is wrapped up in Donald Trump, the campaigner. So every speech will include information or speaking points as if he's still trying to get your vote. Mildred goes on to list other signs of cognitive decline that's being discussed out there on social media. She says observers noted instances of slurred speech and tangential digressions during the address. Such behaviors have led to increased scrutiny and concern over Trump's cognitive health, especially given his age and the demands of the presidency. She says these elements of Trump's West Point speech have contributed to a broader conversation about his mental fitness and the appropriateness of his conduct in formal and ceremonial settings. And then she provides a video from the Midas Touch, who also talked about Donald Trump's cognitive decline. Listen, his mental health, his lack thereof, mental acuity or lack thereof, his cognitive decline is another reason why people really shouldn't have voted to put Donald Trump in office. The man is in cognitive decline. I mean, look at how he behaved during that press conference with Zelensky. Look at how he behaved during that press conference with the president from South Africa. The man is using conspiracy theories and debunked claims and presenting them as fact. The man is not mentally sound to serve as president of the United States. And Jasmine Crockett is right. It is way past time that Republicans really view Donald Trump for the danger that he is. He is a danger to America. He's a danger to them. Anywho, Jasmine Crockett didn't stop there. She had more to say.
as we end up taking the House, which I fully anticipate that we will do, and we are going to work hard to obviously help our Senate colleagues as well, then as someone who serves on the Oversight Committee and hopes to lead the Oversight Committee, I can guarantee you that we will do what we are supposed to do as constitutionally sworn members of the House, which means that we will conduct oversight. That means that we will investigate. We will look at whether or not this president himself has violated the Emoluments Clause as it relates to say such things as getting a $400 million plane from the Qataris. We also will make sure that we're looking into all these business deals that they have going on. I mean, think about it this way, Alex. They were going after Hunter because he sat on a board. Think about how much money they are raking in, whether we're talking about the next golf resort that they're setting up in Qatar, or whether we're talking about them leveling Gaza, as they've talked about, and talked about how it would be great beachfront property, whether we're talking about this crypto scam, the scam that people didn't even want to walk into and show their faces. Let me tell you, there is no shortage of things for us to dig into and determine whether or not there have been not only violations of the law, but definitely violations of our Constitution.
Now, Jasmine Crockett is confident that the Democrats will win the House in 2026. I'm not as confident because I see these nasty, hateful, incompetent, dumbass MAGA nuts running around all over social media. But to those of us who care about this country, those of us who are sick and tired of what the Republicans are supporting, what the Republicans are doing, if you are sick and tired of Donald Trump, 2026 will soon be here. And if we get the Democrats in office, we can put a fucking muzzle on Donald Trump and the Republicans. Election day in 2026 is on November 3rd. There will be a total of 468 seats in the U.S. Congress. 33 of those seats are in the Senate. They will be up for election on November 3rd, 2026. Pay attention. Pay attention to who's running in your district. Do your research into these individuals. Be a part of the legislative process. Please be a part of the voting process. The only way that we will stop this is if we stand up and do what needs to be done. Jasmine rattled off a list of all that he has been doing and the things that they want to start investigating. I guarantee you, once they get the facts, impeachment will soon come. We need to have the majority of the House and we need to have the majority of the Senate. November 3rd, 2026 will soon be here. Start your research now.